How are you?
Grant, so keep talking to me about it. What is it you've apparently learned since you've watched five of these episodes so far?
I haven't. It's not about learning anything. It's more
You
about
literally
just
said you watch it for learning. You literally
yeah,
said you watch it for learning.
yeah, learning and kind of understanding kind of why and what they do, what they do. Do you know what I
Yes,
mean?
what have you learned?
Also, yeah, can we change the background because it's just a bit yeah.
Yes, what have you
They do it from they're coming from a sense of like where they had a poor income or they had a poor basis of what they do, and they just really honestly most of them just do it for money, or some of them just do it for sexual pleasure, stuff like that, like fetishes and stuff like that. That's really it, and like that, like fetishes and stuff like that. They assert kind of a. I did watch one that was actually quite interesting, where a girl wanted to assert a dominance with it on a man. So that was a bit the assert kind of a. I did watch one weird, but yeah,
I'm sorry, so your key learnings were some women do it because they have a domination fantasy.
yeah,
And your other
then
learning was that some women do it for money.
yeah.
And you're telling me it was surprising for you to learn that women work for money.
Well, it's sometimes it can be looked at as
Why
a
did you think they did it if it wasn't for money?
well, obviously I kind of knew it that they did it for money, but I just kind of wanted to get like why, like their circumstances behind it as well, like.
You just said they didn't have much money.
Yeah, but their circumstances fully, like the full background. Whereas you like facts, I like everything in between as well. I like learning the full story as well, because sometimes I think that these people can be subjected to horrible abuse, this, that, and the other, because of the industry that they work in as well. Now, I'm not saying that I agree with everything that they say or what they do, but like I'm the type of you being Irish as well. We don't give a
Now I'm
shit.
Irish.
All right, yeah, well, you proved pretty much that you fucking know a lot more than me. Like, come on. I gotta be honest with you now. Like, I didn't think you were Irish. I just thought you were an American bloke. That, yeah, I genuinely just thought you were an American bloke that would just normally say, oh, my grandmother was Irish. That's just being honest. I didn't think you were born here. So if you did get offended, like, I do apologize to you. So, yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to your mother then.
Yeah.
So how would she feel knowing you watch a show like that where the whole primary point of them is to make fun of women and degrade women and say gross stuff? I don't know if you know,
She's
but
watched
both those men advocate for the idea that you should be allowed to have sex with drunk women. You should be allowed to have sex with
yeah.
women when they're unconscious. You should be allowed to have sex that pretty much absent holding her down, that a man can't grape his wife because sex is considered free use after getting
Yeah.
married. So why
Yeah.
would you support people like that?
I never said I supported it.
You literally said when you joined the live, I'm a friend of the Whatever podcast. You said that.
I never said I'm a friend. I never said I'm a friend. Oh, I was like, oh, I like the whatever podcast. I literally said, and I quote, I like the whatever podcast. I find it interesting.
Okay, same thing. So why the fuck would you? Why would you
What?
watch a podcast that advocates against
Because,
women, degrades
because it's
women, yet
yeah,
you recognize that your mother is probably the most important person in
yeah,
your life?
exactly. No, all right. So I'll give you it from my perspective as well. Like I turned on what 5 episodes, right? And within all of them 5 episodes, and obviously there was some extreme things that were definitely within there. I never said that I agreed with it or that I agreed with everything that they were fucking saying because I didn't. And I did quote unquote say that it's like if people want to do what they want to do, let them do it. Like let them do it. So me watching from a sideline doesn't necessarily determine what side I'm on. I'm just there. I'm not interfering with it. I'm just another viewer. It'd be the exact same as to say like someone is watching this, they'd be on my side, I'd be on your side, I'd be just in the middle to watch it. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what
So
you mean. No, I think that
yeah,
what
but
you watch
watching what
matters.
yeah, exactly. But watching fucking men put down women for selling online content or for doing this or for doing that. Like, yeah, if she wants to get her bag, get her bag. Like, or getting a bag means like you know exactly what it means, getting the money
You know what
for
getting the
people.
bag means.
Yeah, but people don't understand that. Like, get your money. Like if you want to do that, let them do it. Like I'm just watching it on the sense of like, yeah, my mum was watching an episode as well, and she's like, oh, I wouldn't be able for that. That's a bit weird. Me and her actually watched the very first ever episode with Al Weezy, that one where they were.
I'm so confused. So your ma has literally expressed to you that the way they're talking to the women is fucked
Yeah,
up, and you were like, I'm
yeah.
gonna keep watching
Well,
anyway.
she's also had an opinion on the women and what they do as well. My mum doesn't like what they do. My mum thinks that they sell their bodies.
Why is it your mother's fucking business?
It's not about my mum. My mum raised three girls. She wouldn't want her daughters doing that.
I don't think anyone wants someone to do sex work.
Yeah.
It's if they want to do it. I don't think I want someone to become a doctor
So
or
if
I
you
want
had a
someone
daughter,
to become a
can I ask?
lawyer. I want
Can I
people to
ask
do
you a
what the fuck
question?
they make happen.
Can I ask you a question? If you had a daughter, right? Now, I'm not going with whatever podcast. I'm just asking you, just man to man. If you had a daughter, would you want your daughter doing something like that?
I genuinely would not be invested either way, provided she was doing it in a safe way.
Okay,
I
yeah,
wouldn't.
a safe way, yeah. But some of the girls that went on there haven't been doing it in safe ways. Obviously, they've been put into circumstances of where men have definitely took advantage of them in a sense.
I'm
Because
sorry. Do you think that men only take advantage of sex workers?
no, God, no, 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 no. Again, words into my mouth. I've never, ever, ever said that. I've seen it. If any man ever tried to do that to my sisters, like me dad be down, the whole fucking family be down. We're protective men. Like I'm that type of way, especially with my girlfriend as well. Like
You're
I
protective men, but you've got no problem supporting a podcast that degrades women.
again never said I supported it. I said I liked it.
Okay. I'm sorry. What's the difference exactly?
Liking something could literally just be like, oh yeah, I like this. Like say if I like a channel I like a program on the fucking telly, like, oh yeah, I don't mind watching that. Like that's grand to watch. Like I never actually said, like I said, I don't want to watch each side. I'm not on a side. I'm just a spectator. It's the exact same if I were going to watch a football match. Although I will be supporting a football team, right? Completely.
Right. So I'm
If I
just
go to watch
curious.
a random
Great. So I'm
football
just
team,
curious if you
yeah,
were watching a show where the primary purpose of the show was for the white fellas to be racist towards black women.
I don't
Because you're a
listen.
spectator, it doesn't mean it means you're morally neutral, correct?
No, that's a complete different topic.
Why is it racism is morally objectionable to you, but sexism is not?
Because I have an understanding behind racism, and I do have an
Okay, what
understanding
the fuck
towards.
does that mean?
Well, my sister's black, stepdad's
Okay,
black.
your sister's also a woman, right?
Yeah, she was subjected
Okay, so
to.
shouldn't you also have an understanding of sexism by that logic?
Yeah, I do. I definitely do have an understanding of sexism as well, misogyny as well.
You
Like,
just said you just said you have an understanding of racism, but not sexism. When I asked you why, you said it's because your sister is black, but your sister's also a woman. So
yeah.
by your own logic, you should have also an understanding.
Okay, well, yeah, I have an understanding. I must have mistook the question, but anyway.
Okay, so again, I'll ask you, how
Yeah,
is it any different? The question was if you watched a podcast
yeah.
where the white fellas primarily use the
Mhm.
podcast in order to mock and degrade black people,
Mhm.
would you watch that podcast?
Honestly, I'd watch it, but I'd watch it from as a different sense. Do you know what I mean? I'd
No, I
watch it.
don't know what you mean.
I'd watch it because if someone was insulting someone from the color of the color of their skin, something that they can't change, that's completely different. Completely different.
Can a woman change being born female?
Absolutely not. Well, unless
So
you
what's the
want to.
difference?
Well, the difference is the 5 episodes which I've said I've watched have been around OnlyFans women. And the only 5 episodes that I have watched have not been men fucking saying, oh, we can go grape this, we can go grape that, because that's not what was said within them episodes, for fuck's sake. Like, the episodes were primarily about, like, oh, it's that guy with the comb over with his wife, and I don't know what the fuck he was saying, like, with his religion and shit like that. Like, they were saying it's morally wrong, and the shit you're doing, you're gonna go to hell, he was saying, like, and like you're selling your soul away for money. That's the type of shit that he was saying. Not
Yeah, that
other
sounds
crap.
all highly misogynistic.
Yeah, it is highly misogynistic. I never did say I supported it though.
I mean, it sounds like you were able to recount more about what the fellas said to the
Yeah,
woman
more about
than
more
what the
about.
women had said.
Well, I did. I
You're not
did
there
give.
to learn from the women. You're there to
Well, I
watch the
did. I
fellas.
did. I did literally just say prior to this what the women said.
You said your key learnings from listening to women was that
Yeah.
they work a job in order to make money.
Yeah.
How the fuck
Okay.
is
And
that a
and
key
I get
learning?
and I gave. I believe I gave two or three more explanations to that. But anyway,
I think you gave one more about one of them having a hard time or something.
yeah, that was one of the episodes as well.
I
That
didn't
that
hear the
one
other
was with
ones.
Alweezy, and that was with her weight. But anyway, but Alweezy is transgender, so biologically male. But anyway,
Okay.
yeah.
What's that got to do with it? I'm confused.
No, it's nothing. It's nothing got to do with anything. They were literally taking the shit out of that person because she was
Again, you
trans
seem
and
to
because she was overweight.
you seem to remember a lot
Yeah,
about what the fellas were saying and how
yeah.
the fellas were being abusive to the
Well,
women.
eh,
But what was Transweezy's argument then? Do you remember what she said?
I'm pretty sure right now, if I can kind of necessarily
You
recall.
seem to remember exactly what the fellas were saying
Yeah,
to her.
well, obviously, because it does pop up a lot on YouTube Shorts as well, so I kind of get a little bit more of a broader
So you seem
understanding.
to. So the reason why you're watching this is not to learn from the women; it's to watch the fellas abuse the women.
No,
Well, you
never,
seem to have an excellent memory of that part of it.
never said that.
Okay, so what is it then you learned about the trans woman then?
Trans woman.
That you
Well,
said she was a trans woman, didn't you?
yeah, well, Alweezy, what I've learned is she came from a background of where it was more religious. She found herself as a woman. She wanted to become a woman. She expressed herself as a woman. Now, I'm pretty sure Alweezy doesn't do OnlyFans, if I'm not mistaken. Now, don't hold me to that, but I'm strongly sure that she doesn't. But if she does, she does. Anyway, yeah. She came from a religious background. She found herself, grew up, started social media, started.
Trans women don't want to be women. That's not how it works.
Okay, yeah, gender dysphoria. Anyway,
No,
um,
no.
can I just finish? Like,
Yeah, your verbiage is just off. But anyway, go
oh
ahead.
yeah, my verbiage is off anyway.
Yes.
But like, grew up religious background again, like shit like that. Went through gender dysphoria, became female. Um, Struggled financially with work. Worked in multiple different places. Didn't really find good work. Found be abused with sexism as well. Was abused as well by men, and now makes six figures online. Started
I'm
a
so
social
confused.
media.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused. So what you're telling me is you watch these
Yeah,
podcasts
yeah.
so that you can understand the personal history of a person from which you're not able to derive any general truths.
Well, there was multiple different ones. Like the one I also
So
watched
what
was
did you
again.
learn from her telling you she went through shit? What did you learn from that?
What do you mean? What did I learn from that? It was
What the fuck did you
interesting
learn from it?
because it was interesting to understand the background of people,
Was it
or like
interesting to learn her boring personal background, or was it interesting to
why
watch the fellas
why do you
abuse her?
define right? Why do you define things as boring when it could
What
actually
you
be
just
it could
described
actually be
about her
interesting to
sounded
another
boring.
person? Okay, yeah, but it could actually be interesting to another person.
Why was
Something
it
you might
interesting
find
to them?
boring, I might find interesting.
Okay, what was interesting?
Just interesting on how she came up, like, and how she transitioned as well. I have cousins that are transgender, so kind of getting
Okay,
them
Oh
how
my
up.
god, the
how was it?
tokenization.
Sorry.
Why are we talking about
You've
transgender people?
tokenized a million people like in the last like 10 minutes.
Why
What
are
do you
we
mean
talking
token?
about trans people?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because
We were
Well,
talking
he's
about S
talking about the
working.
fact that he watched 5 shows or whatever podcast,
oh
He
and he's
watched
trying to
Jesus.
five
convince me.
podcasts. He watched 5 episodes of a podcast. I came up because he was talking about OF, and he like literally used OnlyFans as a friggin' verb, saying these OnlyFans women like not. How about what? That's not how you describe people, bro.
And what is your problem exactly, Kafo?
Oh no, I don't have a problem with
I don't think he's
transgender
got a
people.
problem with trans
No, I
people.
don't.
Correct?
Definitely not. No, I don't have a problem with
No, with
trans
the
people.
whole OF thing, whatever it is that you're complaining about, what's the
No,
issue?
He watches like
I
sexist,
literally said
misogynistic podcasts about
I
OF for
watched
women.
5 misogynistic podcasts. Again, never said that I supported it. I literally
Why
did
did you
say
watch
Capo, let
5
me
episodes then, you friggin' weirdo?
Capo, let me ask you a question. Do you know
What?
Andrew Tate?
I do.
Okay. And you're all right with his content, correct?
No, I
What
don't
don't you
support.
like about his content?
I don't support him
Why not?
because
But you
he's
probably watched 5
that's
episodes, right?
Oh God, no. Well, I've watched a little bit of
But
Andrew Tate back when he was. You can keep trying to
oh,
catch me, Mr. Alex. You
no,
stupid tick cunt. Shut your fucking mouth, you stupid tick cunt. Let me speak.
well, I'm a woman, so there we go. Here comes the
Wait,
That's
but
misogyny.
weird. I feel
Capo,
like I was a
Oh,
lot more
here we go.
aggressive
Yeah,
than
but
Alex
you're
was.
well able.
Here comes the
You're
misogyny. Love
you're.
that. Like
Oh,
Irish
here
can
we
talk to
go.
you.
Here we
Irish can
go.
talk to
Yeah,
you like a fool. Shut up.
100%.
Irish can
Hang
talk
on.
to you
What
like a
is it
full
I
piece of
said?
shit.
100%.
Yeah, hang
No,
on,
wait,
hang
hold
on. What
on.
is it? Hang on, hang
100%.
on.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
is it Alex said that was worse than what I've called you so far?
Right, he
But
was. You were. Irish was
Well,
so
hang on,
aggressive
Alex.
towards
Alex,
you.
yeah, he
Sorry.
was
I'll
so.
explain.
He
Just
was
answer the
so.
question.
All right, I'm gonna answer, right? He was so aggressive to me. But he was asking me a different thing. He was asking me about Irish history, completely different topic. You just came in here, verbally, practically attacked me, saying I'm tokenizing people, put words into my mouth, tried to say I'm transphobic in a
No, I
sense.
didn't
Like,
say that.
no, you did. No, you did.
I didn't say
No,
you
you
were
did.
transphobic.
I never
No, I
heard
never
her
said
say
that.
you
But
were
you made
I
the
never
you
said
made
you
the
were
implication.
transphobic. Are you good,
Can I finish?
bro?
You
Are
let
you
me
fine,
finish.
Cupcake? Are you good?
Can I finish again? Why are you
Can
calling me
I finish? You
cupcake?
haven't let me finish a full sentence. Is it because I'm a woman?
Oh, so
Uh,
you're
d- uh,
trying to
uh,
use
uh, d-
misogyny.
yeah,
Yeah, and then you're doing that, and then you're doing that. Duh, 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 duh.
yeah, because
What's
you're
that about?
stuttering.
What? I'm not stuttering. I'm clearly speaking English, purebred English here.
Purebred?
Come on,
You think I
Alexa,
attacked
purebred
you? That's
English.
wild, bro.
What the
That's
fuck is
wild
Yeah,
behavior.
purebred English?
purebred
Purebred
English.
English is a wild
That's
thing to
fucking a
say.
weird thing for an Irish person to say.
Purebred English? Stop it!
Purebred English is wild.
I heard that
have
meme. I was being
I have a
nice.
genuine question because I saw him on camera when he was on Max Live.
Yeah, what are
yeah.
the fucking eyebrows about, bro?
Why
Anyway.
is it? Because I saw him on camera when he was Irish. When you called him fucking Mo from the Three Stooges, I fucking fell off my chair. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, the friggin' bangs are like sending me. But no, I just think it's
Why
funny that
is
you
it
thought. No,
that?
I just think it's funny that he thought I attacked him when I haven't actually said anything close to what Irish said. Is it because he's a man and I'm a woman? Is that like the different way you
No,
talk to me? You told me
nope.
to literally shut the fuck up when I haven't even said anything bad. Like Irish fully told you like
Well, no,
that you
you
were a
came
fucking
up.
cunt and stuff like that. And like you think I'm being attacking you?
Right,
Like,
right.
are you okay?
Listen, right. I have a genuine question.
Hit me with it.
Why is it that like the younger guys? Because you said you were a fan of the Whatever podcast. Remember saying that?
In a sense, yeah.
Okay, why are you a fan?
I never necessarily said I'm a fan.
You literally
I said I
said that
like the
you were a fan.
podcast.
You
No,
watched 5
that's
episodes,
not
bro.
what
That's a
you
I've watched
fan.
said.
5 episodes.
Hold
Yes,
up.
literally. I've only gotten into it. Like
That's
I haven't
not
watched
what
it in a
you
while though.
said, Capo. This is the reason why it's like, yeah, motherfuckers got an ego problem. You literally said on the other live that you were a fan of the Whatever podcast.
Okay.
Now you're saying that's something different. Why
Okay.
is that?
Well, I've had a more broader understanding and conversation with someone else. Like, if you're opening to learning about something, I might have definitely misrepresented when I came on. And
Can you
Alex,
please go blow your nose?
Yeah, can I?
I think I do apologize for the shit I said. I definitely did get a bit
Oh,
over
yeah,
it.
okay, cool. I don't actually need your apology. Anyway, carry on, Kat.
Okay,
Yeah,
no,
so I heard
I
you.
there. I there.
hi, Ka.
Are you
Okay.
okay?
Who the fuck?
There.
Who the
Who the
fuck?
hell is that?
There.
Can
Hi,
someone
Olivia. How are you?
Oh
do
my
something about
god.
Totally
that? Thanks.
maladaptive fucking behavior right off the bat, Olivia.
Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna actually talk now.
Yeah.
So you said earlier that you watched the episodes that you watched because you wanted to like learn about the different perspectives and
Yeah.
the perspective of the women, right? Okay, so can you tell me which creators you watch who are women or trans women or sex workers so that you can learn about their perspectives?
Of the ones that I fully remember, there was one that
No, I'm not
I.
asking. No. I'm not asking about who on the podcast. I want to know who do you watch in your free time to learn about women's issues and women's perspectives and trans women, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not fully understanding. Like, who do I watch? Like,
Yeah,
what?
so what I'm asking you is why are you watching a podcast where men berate women in order to learn about women's perspectives instead of actually just watching women creators?
Well, I do kind of watch women. I watch Nala
Oh,
Fitness. I actually got her from what was it? I got her from the Whatever podcast as well. Nala
I think
Fitness.
the better, like, if you want to know about OF woman, like, the better thing to do is not watch podcasts like that because that is like not giving you the right, what's the word, the right angle. You need to
Oh,
watch like actual
definitely not.
creators, yeah, because these people like from the ones that I've seen, like the clips that I've seen, the 10-second clips, they like try and humiliate these women that do OF, and like
They
even
do.
a bit of your verbiage before was like saying that what happened to them to get them into this work. Not nothing has to happen to a woman to be a SMEX worker. Like it just is what it is. Like it's the same thing with like, oh, what happened to you to get you into insurance working? Like, what a stupid question. Like we're just people.
Yeah. No, my phone's on 1%, so I'm just gonna run up and get my charger. 'Cause no, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. Trust me, I'm not. I wouldn't have followed fucking Irish into the
What the
live.
heck are these? Like? Are we catching strays here? Like,
Yo,
what's
are these
happening?
your friends coming in,
Not my
Kevin?
friends.
God no.
Capo, let me ask
Fuck
you a
you think
question. Capo, let me ask you a
you
question.
think I attract that type
Afro's
of
just
people?
plugging in his
Jesus,
phone.
Let me ask
Yeah,
you
I'm
something.
just plugging in my
Well,
phone. Give me
hang
one
on.
sec.
He's just plugging in his phone. While they're plugging in the phone,
Yeah,
I,
I'm ready now.
1 second. I
Ready
will
now.
say, Mac, I'm very sorry for being very short with you. This fella triggered the.
Guys for triggering you as well.
I don't accept your apology. Go on.
Yeah, it's like he
Right.
That's
apologized to
grand.
me about
Yeah.
5 seconds after verbally abusing me. Like, bro, I don't need your apology, thanks. You're good. You're good. Oh,
Can I ask my question now?
Go ahead.
I forgot what my question was. Give me a sec.
I just interrupt. We get it again.
Oh yeah, I got it. I got it.
Oh,
Would you rather? Because you're aware of the fact that men these days
Hmm?
pretend to be good men just to get to sleep with
Yeah,
women,
just have sex. Yeah.
right? So would you rather?
Wow. Fucking
You
wow.
shut.
Bro, shut the
Who
fuck up.
keeps
bro, what the
inviting that
Fucking
guy
fuck?
up?
idiot up here.
Why do you keep inviting him up?
I don't have a moderator. I didn't do that.
I didn't do it.
No, not you. I'm just saying, like, why? Why is
Okay,
he being
anyway,
invited?
anyway, can you answer the question?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question
I
because
haven't.
screaming.
I have to. I didn't ask the question.
Oh,
Do you aware that this is what men do, right? These days, that they pretend to be someone that they're not just to get women to sleep with them.
I'm aware that a minority of men do this. Yes, not a majority of men.
you'd be surprised.
Well, like my friends who I surround myself with as well don't do anything like that. They're all in stable
You've
relationships.
seen, not that you've seen or heard.
No, I've been friends with these people since I'm 5, 6 years
Your
old. No,
friends
7 or 8
don't
from.
represent the population as a whole.
Okay, and no, that's
Capo, I have
true.
a question. Did you have your father in the house growing up?
I didn't even
Yeah, I
finish
did.
asking my question.
Oh, go ahead, Lennox. Sorry.
Right. So knowing this, right, would you rather them give it away for free, or would you rather them charge for it?
And what do you mean, schmecks?
Yeah, the women.
Well, like me from a personal perspective, I
Mm-hmm.
don't have schmecks unless I'm like committed to that person.
That's
Schmecks to me,
not what I asked you.
well, yeah, but I'm getting to my point. I would rather, from my perspective, I would rather be in a committed sense. Like, so I prefer my woman in a committed sense as well. So yeah,
That doesn't
Your
answer my
woman?
question.
well, my woman who I'm dating.
That doesn't answer my question. That doesn't answer my question.
Okay.
So would you rather them give it away for free or to fucking charge?
I would
Knowing
rather
these
they give.
guys, 1 second, knowing that these men are out here literally deceiving women.
Okay. For these men, for these certain specific types of men who are genuine narcissistic, misogynistic arseholes, um, yeah, like definitely make them fucking pay for it because they're the
Not
ones that.
yourself like that. That's rude.
I'm not like that. But anyway,
Okay, and the men who, okay, let me ask you this. Why do you think that OF is even a fucking thing? Supply and
well, it's
demand?
OF is a thing because it targets, in my personal opinion, it targets a specific
50 years, so what?
okay. That's your thing, yeah.
It's the same with like in-person smex work that I've done for 10 years. It's literally men. Men are the reason. Because it's supply and demand.
Okay, so
Hello?
I do sales as well in insurance. So you would say that, for instance, it'd be we practically technically still work on the same kind
Practically
of
or technically?
both. I'm not fully on the thing, like still a little bit drunk, but anyway, like
I want to be able to finish my dialogue tree with this guy. If that's
yeah,
okay.
go on, hit me with a love.
Okay. So, in understanding that, it'll make sense for them to be like, okay, well, I'm going to start charging, right? Do you think that men value women as like human beings in society?
Men value women as yeah, I do. Personally, I do.
Is this like objectively true for society as a whole?
Men value women as yeah, I do.
Is this like
She said men generally.
Men generally within the last what?
Today. She's talking today. Not 100 years ago, not 2 years ago. Today.
Honestly, I'm
No,
gonna be
lie to
I'm
her.
gonna
She
be
wants you to
I'm
No,
lie.
we
gonna
She
want you to
doesn't want to,
lie.
yeah.
can I just
No, we want
say
you to lie.
I'm just gonna be blunt. Like I don't know still why you're so aggressive. Calm down, please. Like I don't know. Fully, I don't know. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know.
Well, that's interesting because you acknowledge that the trend now is men lying to women just to sleep with them, not giving a fuck about them as people.
Yeah, but I
Right.
did say
So
that
do
that
you
was a
think?
minority
How do you know that's a minority?
because I personally know from my perspective that the men even I surround myself with are not like that.
And does the people
If
that you
if it was a
know?
majority, then some of the
But do
people,
you
even
think that
my inner
that's in?
circle, on
Do
my
you
time
think?
on TikTok, I would have encountered, which I haven't encountered, because I don't surround myself with them people at all. And I'm well known around Ireland. I got banned, but people know who I am on Irish TikTok.
Do you think that your personal experience can be extrapolated to society at large?
Not necessarily, but like it
All
can it
right, so I'm
can.
not asking you about you anecdotally.
Okay.
I'm asking on a societal level, like as a whole, do you think that women are valued as people?
Yes.
Okay, explain.
Explain what.
How are they valued as people in society by men?
Well, they've every basic right that men have. Now, although I will definitely fully, in the company I work for, there's not a gender pay gap. There's nothing like that.
So it's
Within the realms of that. So where I come from, female, honestly, like in my area, females are like well protected. Well,
We're women.
okay, right. Anyway, females, women, yeah. I'm
you know
saying
what?
females,
Okay,
females in a plural
Just
sense, like
stop.
girls and
Just
women.
stop.
Yeah.
Let me ask Irish that question. Irish, do you believe that women are valued as people in society these days by men?
I would say generally not.
Can you tell me why?
Because I think when you say valued as people, I think that would suggest that they're valued as humans for like their holistic qualities. Whereas I think it would be fair to say that men, if not a majority, a substantial minority, don't value women for all of their qualities and more so focus on the qualities from which men can extract their own personal value, usually their body and their looks.
Bingo.
Can I point something
Okay.
out real quick?
I thought that
Just
was
real
going to be an
quick.
unsatisfying answer, actually.
No, but
That's
that's actually perfect. So
okay. Well, that's understanding more. So I'm
Can I
open to
just
learn
real
that.
quick before we move on? Can I just point something out real quick? So I just
Yeah.
want to point out to you, Cafo, that she asked you, do you believe that women are valued as human beings?
Okay.
called women females,
Yeah.
which is a term that is specifically not designated to only human beings.
Okay.
It is a term that works for any species, including electrical outlets. So
Okay.
how are you going to say that women are valued as human beings when immediately afterwards you participated in dehumanization of women?
That was my point,
It's
and he
not.
was
It's
like,
not
and he
necessarily
shut me down for it like
dehumanization.
instantly.
It is dehumanization because of what
Kafo,
I
you
just
may
said.
not have intended it.
I
Kafo, you
did
may not
no.
have
You know I
intended
did.
it.
You know I did. I didn't intend it. It's just the way I
I
speak as
understand
well.
that, but I know,
Yeah.
but what you just did. But
All
hang
right. Well,
on.
then if I did
What
come
you
across
just
that, well, then I'll
hang on. What
apologize.
you just did was you told her I didn't dehumanize, and what you should have said was, "Can you explain to me how exactly?" Because you can't
Okay.
tell me. Hang on, you can't tell me. I watched the Whatever podcast because I'm interested in learning women's perspectives on issues, and at the same time, when a woman says you just devalued me as a woman, respond by saying, "No, you daft cunt, you're wrong." All you had to do was ask her was how, and the answer would have been what she said partially, is the fact that the word female is not something that's specific to humans, but more importantly, it's the fact that it's usually used by men who view
Okay.
women more for their biological attributes that you can take advantage of. It's a trigger word. I don't know if you know that, but it's a red
I didn't. I
flag for
didn't know. I
women.
didn't know that, but
Yeah,
now I
because
do.
you don't go around and say, I'm going to go out with my males to the pub tonight.
No,
But you
no,
do
obviously
say,
not.
I'm going to go to the pub in order to see what the females are like. So why do you think you use
I
the
wouldn't.
word
I see. I
men?
wouldn't say females. I'd say boards, or I'd say me board. Like that's just common
I'm
Irish
actually,
slang.
yeah, I understand that, and I'm more
Yeah,
okay with that, to be
you'll
honest with you.
understand that. Yeah.
But you did
I
say females,
Yeah,
I
you
right?
did.
said
I
you
all
said
right. Well, then
men and
I.
then
And
females.
all I'm saying is that it's usually a red flag for women when you refer to your fellow friends
Okay.
as men, but then you refer to women as females. Do you understand why
But
that would be a red flag?
yeah, no, I
Right.
do.
So
I
this
do.
ties back to the point that I was trying to make overall.
Can I just? My
Yeah,
apologies. I
let's
didn't
let
mean to
Kafo
interject.
respond, and then I want
Yeah.
Atlantic to be able to do
Yeah.
everything that she
So
wants to do.
I was finishing my story within my area, and then I did say the females within my area of which I was raised in, as in females being like I wasn't going to say women because females I'm looking at as like younger, like underage girls as well. Like even they're still subjected to a sense of crap off men sometimes. Now I've seen it. My sisters definitely, even when they were 15, 16, seen it. So if I did dehumanize someone, I'll definitely apologize for that 100%. Like straight off the bat, 100%
It's not even
apologize for
about
that.
apologizing; it's just being aware of it. So, all right,
Yeah, well
got it.
now I'm aware. Well now I'm
Yeah,
aware
I
of it.
know. That's why I'm not giving you
Yeah.
shit on that one. Atlantic, go ahead and finish what you want to say.
Right. So understanding that women, generally speaking, are really valued in society as human beings, as people. They're basically objectified. Looks and sex. That's all they seem to care about by men. Why
Okay.
is it a bad thing when they fucking charge people? You charge them.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that looked down upon? If they're literally being viewed as an object,
Yeah.
not as people,
Yeah.
why is it wrong for them to do OF, to do charge
Again.
for these things that men are trying to use them for? Because they don't give a fuck about
Yeah.
them as people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why is that a
Again,
bad thing?
as I've said to Irish prior to everyone coming up, and I did say it, and he can definitely quote me on this. I did say I'm Irish. And I don't give a shit what you do. Do whatever you want to do. If you want to do that to get the bag, do it. It's grand. It doesn't affect me. It's not going to affect you. Like me personally, I'm the type of person where if it doesn't affect my life, I don't really care. Even if it did affect my life, I wouldn't really care either. Like, do you know what I mean?
No, that's a
So
lie. Because if it affects your life, you would care.
even if it did, I have a cousin that does OnlyFans. Doesn't affect my life,
Doesn't affect your life though.
but kind of not doesn't affect my life. But she's very close to me. And we've done many TikToks together. Like people know her on Irish OnlyFans and on Irish TikTok as an OnlyFans creator. Like people slag me on it. I wouldn't give a shit. Like it's my cousin, it's my blood. Like I wouldn't care if you wanted to go out and be a fucking what. Like if you wanted to go out and do something, rather do it. I don't care. I really, and Irish can tell you this. Irish, didn't I not say I don't care what you do, what you think? Like, It doesn't bother me. I just kind of wanted to get more of an understanding now. If I didn't fully remember what was said on a 3 hour podcast, don't quote me on that. Like I'm gonna say that. Like I didn't fully remember.
Yeah, I'm not going to continue drumming you.
Yeah.
What I will say is I'll say this. You obviously seem to have issues. You obviously seem to have significant issues. And I'll say that when you've got significant social issues, that it can often drive you towards very toxic sources.
Yeah.
I would say that the Whatever podcast, in my opinion, is incredibly toxic. And
Right.
especially for someone your age, it's designed for someone your age to enjoy it because
Yeah.
they will use certain words and talk about certain topics that are
We try
mostly
and treat
appealing to
them.
people who are 18 to 24, and they'll get sucked in and they'll end up emulating the type of language and the way that they treat people. I don't actually think that you're doing it for bad reasons. I think
Exactly.
you're daft for coming into a live where we
I'm
were
saying
supporting
that.
the woman on there, and for you to say, "Hey, I'm here to support the whatever guys," I think that was daft of you.
I'm not gonna
But
lie,
I
I just
don't.
walked into the podcast. I literally jumped into your live and I was like, oh, and I didn't know what it was about. I wasn't even listening for that long. If you've probably seen, I literally popped in. It's like,
Yeah, but
oh,
that
might as
might be a
well join.
lesson for next time. Like there was
Yeah, definitely.
200 people
Maybe.
in there. You might have wanted to take a breather and
So
be
you
like, "What's
just
going on?"
like you just like go into lives and like request and don't listen to like what everybody's talking about.
Well, I
Are
can't,
you one
like,
of
I
those that
just,
like scrolls into like a debate live and then you hit request and then the host is like, which topic you want to talk about? And you're like, oh, hold on a second, let me read them. Is that you?
well, no, like, most of the time, if I'm ever even, I don't really do debates, but most of the time, if I ever even do come into a debate live, I'll obviously look at what I'm doing because at that point, which was what, about an hour and a half ago, give or take, did I come into that live?
Maybe.
I was a little bit more intoxicated, and that's not an excuse, obviously, definitely not. I'm not going to use that as an excuse. So a little bit more intoxicated, I was like, I might as well just jump in and see what they're talking about. Like, I'm nosy. I'm not gonna lie. I was just a bit nosy. I wanted to jump in and have a chat. Like, I even came in.
We were
Maggie in
just
the
like,
comments. Sorry, go ahead, Ken.
I just wanted to say, like, we were just like vibing, trying to support
Yeah,
a woman who just encountered a man for 4 hours just to fight grape, and then you just come in and center yourself. It's just like super typical, but I digress.
I
yeah.
will say that my experience is Irish fellas tend to be more daft than evil and
Fucking George,
malicious.
yeah.
I'm just being honest.
That's true.
But Maggie in the comments, I've not come across him doing debates, only on Drama Lives. Maggie in the comments says you're not one of the worst ones on Irish TikTok, but that doesn't mean a lot because I have to admit the Irish and Irish TikTok are the dredges of Irish society. So what do you think? What do you get criticized for? What are your
On
worst takes on that you've shared on TikTok?
dive shit on TikTok.
Yeah, what is it people normally disagree with you on or attack you for?
Well, they'd attack me for. I'd be attacked for, say, what, being friends. Well, they'd attack me with a gay person. You'd always get a lot of fake accounts coming on there. I'd get attacked for I stand up for mental health. Primarily, I do a lot of mental health TikTok lives. People come in, take the piss out of me for doing that. What else? I've had an eating disorder. People come in and slag me about that. The fact I was fucking, what, 40 kg, 39 kg 2 years ago. I've overcome a lot of things. I'm very
Or how many
proud.
kilograms?
39.
Jesus Christ. That's
Exactly.
horrible. I'm sorry about
No, it's grand. Look, I've overcome a lot of things, and that's why when I kind of got a little bit more in depth with, especially with me ma, and you were a little bit aggressive at that point as well. It did get personal, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, I was getting a little bit well. It did get personal and a little bit emotional. I know you don't like it, but I was getting a little bit emotional, and that's why I was like, "Can we just calm down a
that. At
little
which
bit?" Because
part?
just when we were talking about, and just anything kind of got to do with me, man. I don't necessarily bring my private.
I lean on that for purpose because I'm
Yeah,
sure you
exactly. You
know
lean on that for purpose.
Irish. Yeah,
Yeah,
Irish men. You know, I think more than anyone else because I'm
yeah,
sure you
exactly. You
know.
lean on that
I
for.
anyone else. We're Mammy's boys. and
Big time.
we're very, very, very protective of our mothers. And I don't think the Irish are the worst men out there. I don't.
Oh no,
That
I
doesn't
think
fucking mean
honestly, I
much.
think we get a bad rep on
But I think we
these.
tend
Yeah,
to idolize our mothers, but not
but
necessarily pass that privilege on to women in general. And so I was trying to make the point to you. You can't be going around thinking that women are the best thing in the world because your mammy is one, while at the same time supporting content that is, directed specifically
yeah,
at debates and women, because
that's
it's
true.
it's fucked up.
It
And
is
so you're
fucked up.
damn right. I was leaning on the mother part because I was trying to trigger you, but I
Well,
don't
you
think
kind of did, but I've dealt with so much shit. Like you couldn't physically irritate me to the
I could very
point.
much so,
I'm
You
gonna.
could,
I'm
you
just
could
gonna.
but I'm
try.
not going to. Go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say that like when I see Irish go head to head like with another Irish person, generally like a man, um,
yeah.
Irish, the way that Irish people argue, if this is like how you guys argue, it was the funniest shit I've ever. Like the insults, I don't even know what they mean, but they were fucking hilarious.
Well, he was calling me a gobshite. A gobshite practically means like an idiot in a, how would you say, in a less, practically means like a less insulting way. Like I'd call me fucking boss. Oh, shut up, you gobshite. Like it's more of a just a like a passing phrase, not a passing phrase, but like a less aggressive phase. Basically, I'm calling someone an idiot. In a
Yeah, I
more
don't use. There's a lot of Irish language that I love to use with my family that I don't use on TikTok because a lot of it's just
yeah.
inappropriate.
I
Gobshites
pro- I
like,
definitely I definitely 100% know exactly what you're probably on about.
well, a fucking gee bag. I miss not being able to say
Oh,
that.
you fucking diva, you tramp.
Like, I can't use those terms here because they've
You
no idea what
dirty
the
up
fuck it
all
means.
night.
Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't know what it means. So,
I know. That's why I genuinely, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, and I 100% apologize because I just thought you were an American bloke pretending to be Irish.
I can't stand Irish Americans who claim to be Irish.
Hey, you!
I was having a live where I was talking about the fact that Native Americans have a philosophy when it comes to their openness towards people who have any sort of connection to them, and they're very open. So they reject this idea of blood quantum, where you sort of dictate whether or not you're indigenous based upon whether or not you're true blood or not, is the offensive term that would be used, right? And
Yeah.
instead, they would say that if you have any connection to it and you actually want to identify and connect with the culture, we're going to welcome you. And I was talking about how I think in Ireland we're the exact opposite. If you aren't reared in Ireland, or like honestly, I am all right giving it if both your parents are Irish and you
Both my
grew
parents
up.
aren't Irish.
I fucking knew one of them was English.
Fuck off. English?
Who's the other one then?
Me dad.
Yeah, from where?
Me nanny fully was from Italy, so me dad is, I believe ancestry DNA,
Oh,
so
that's the eyebrows. Okay.
48%. Yeah, fuck off. The eyebrows is just a trend that's going on. Like, leave it.
Listen, the
It's
nice thing
all
about
right.
growing out the eyebrows is when you start
I
having
have
your hair
lovely
recede, you'll have
eyebrows.
plenty of extra hair to take from in order to replant the top of your head.
I probably have more. Yeah.
Yeah, no, your hair is horrible, but it's an Irish thing, so I know it's fashionable in Ireland, but
Me
fashionable in
hair.
Ireland doesn't
Look,
mean
all right. My
shit
hair is a
outside of
bit
Ireland.
crazy. My hair is a bit crazy because it's filled with sweat after a nightclub. So
No, you don't understand it.
I don't
Irish
normally wear
fashion
my
is
hair like
40
this.
years old. Your hair looks fucking stupid. I
I'll
want to be
turn on my
super
camera and
clear.
I'll show you what way I wear my hair. Like,
No, but I'm telling you, in
I don't wear
Ireland,
my hair
it's
like this. I wear my
normal.
hair like this.
No, I
Like, you
know,
normally
but
up
all right,
like this.
what I'm trying to explain to you is in Ireland, it's normal.
Oh,
Anywhere
Jesus.
outside of Ireland, it's ridiculous. I'm just saying Irish fashion is like an oxymoron. We're not very fashionable people, and our haircuts are so fucking banjaxed.
Jesus.
So that's all I'm trying to say.
Oh,
Like
God,
Meggie, we're not very fashionable people. Fine from an Irish standpoint, but from an international standpoint, you're screaming Schmittler youth.
All right, maybe. All right, maybe. But look, all I'm going to say is
Maggie may not be as nice. But
No.
Maggie, I'm trying to be nice. Like, it is normal enough for
I
Dublin
think
folk.
I've spoken to Maggie once or twice. You alright, love?
Hello,
Oh,
Cathal, what are
Jesus,
you
she's
doing? You're
definitely
making a
Irish.
bleed. Show yourself, you mad thing. What you doing?
I thought, you know, I'm still a little bit lost. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't even know. I wouldn't even be up here. You know me. I wouldn't even be up here if I was sober. I would have just jumped off this straight away. But I was like, you know what? I'm bored
Well, at
as
least
fuck.
you're not on fucking lives where people are roaring the head off
At
each
least,
other.
at
That's
least I'm not on
usually
a
I see
fucking
it.
live camera faking, for fuck's sake.
Oh, please, stop.
You said I'm. Did you
Fuck's
genuinely
sake.
say I'm not one of the worst? Like, I'm probably one of the best on lives. I don't
No,
cause
you're not.
drama.
You're not the best. Don't flatter yourself now. No, you're not. You're
Who's the
not.
best?
The best, still the Galian, defo.
Oh, 100. Oh, fuck. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're comparing me to an icon, for fuck's sake. Like, come
I
on.
mean, Garen's the best, to be fair.
Garden doesn't really go
Yeah, we
live,
love
like,
Gavin as well.
but he doesn't
Yeah,
go
he's
live that
not. He's
much.
not as good when he's great
I'm
with his plant
delicious.
contents, but he's not great with his live.
For, like women's validation on your looks, is that what's happening?
Sorry?
Are you looking for like women's validation on your looks?
No, we're talking about Irish TikTok
Maggie,
lives.
that haircut from a Dublin standpoint is standard
is
hair,
sexy.
right?
It's terrible.
Yeah, it
Your
is,
haircut
yeah.
really is terrible.
No, Ken.
It's either
look,
that or it's like
Ken,
It's
I
either
don't
that or
know.
it's like a
a buzz
badly-
cut, for fuck's
it's
sake.
a badly.
I don't know how to
It's
It's a
either
explain
that
badly
or
butchered
it's like
buzz cut.
a perm.
I
Is that
don't
what
know
your
how to
haircut
explain.
looks like, Irish?
No,
Is
don't
that
go
what
with the
your
perm.
hair-
No, so that's a right Dublin haircut.
Yeah, it's true.
That's a Dub
Can people
haircut.
just leave me hair go alone? It's not the way I wear my hair, for fuck's sake.
No, listen, Cafo, for Ireland, you're fine.
I normally have
But if
curly
you were
hair.
to go to America, they genuinely would think you broke out of a mental institution, or you were
Come on,
cos-
like some of the
I'm
haircuts
not
that the
messing with you,
Americans
mate.
wear. Yeah,
But if
curly
you were
hair.
to go to America,
Some of the hair, that snow cone haircut, the Edgar. Come on, for fuck's sake.
look,
The
Irish.
Edgar and all this crap, like.
Ken, you don't understand. Like, we still wear tracksuits, for fuck's sake.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's fine. Like I get it. Like it's a culture.
Irish, there's nothing wrong with a tracksuit.
I'm just
There's
saying,
nothing fucking wrong. There's nothing
Can I-
wrong with a tracksuit.
Can I be like a little stabby?
It's
right now?
fucking
Like,
cold.
You
in
could
this
be a little
country.
stabby. Go ahead, Ken. I'll
Okay,
give
so the haircut, the tracksuits, cool cultural thing. Are the teeth
Hey,
cultural
turn the
thing?
camera on to me for 1 sec. Like, put me on big screen.
Alright.
I'll
Okay,
show
are
you
the
this
teeth
exactly.
the cultural thing?
The
Right?
teeth are. It's a poverty
watching?
thing. It's a poverty thing. Oh Jesus, that's not helping.
Oh,
mate.
not the love heart, please, Cafo.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
know.
the haircuts. Wait, the haircuts.
Wait, you have a
vibe.
rat tail.
The
You have a rat
haircut's a
tail.
vibe until
What?
you turn to the front. The
No,
back
I've
and
a
sides a
V.
vibe. It's the front.
No, I've a V at the back.
It looks like a
I've
rat
V at the
tail.
back.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's predominantly an Italian thing. A lot of Italian people wear their hair like this, but I got the designs because I lost the bet. Because Liverpool got knocked out of the Champions League, so I had to get 2 things. So I decided to go with Tiger Claw and the Love Heart. I lost
Maggie,
the Love
I know,
Heart.
and Cafo, this is nothing personal to you. Maggie, I understand that like his hair is standard fare and all that, but are you telling me Irish women actually get off on that look? Like,
100%. Have you ever seen me?
I certainly fucking don't. Like, my type is like rugby players, no?
do other Irish women get off on it though?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but like
You know, they definitely
in the
do.
front, Kafo, I'm not
they
even.
do and they they do and they don't.
The haircut in the front kind of looks like you're like trying to hide a receding hairline. Like I'm not even gonna hold you.
Excuse me?
Did you
Excuse
not
me?
hear me?
Excuse me?
Oh shit!
That's
Hang on.
not
It's coming in.
receding.
A little
That's-
bit. Meh.
What?
That's a
you mad?
Cafo. I'm not even attacking you. That is a pretty far deep widow's peak.
What's a far deep man?
Girls like from like the posh side of
Do you,
Dublin.
do you
would,
not
like, call
see where the
Cafo,
middle
like,
of
a
your
bad
hair
boy.
is? Pull it back again. Now notice how the middle part of your hair, which is called the
Yeah.
widow's peak, notice how that's
Yeah.
far more forward than the left and right side of it. Do you see
That's
how that?
because the way I'm pushing my hair.
Yeah,
No,
it
no.
looks like no. It looks like So you're definitely. I knew it. I was like, man, that kind of looks.
You're
like a
definitely balding. I'm not coming at you. I'm
I'm
being
not
honest.
fucking bald.
bro. It's
Lovely
okay.
head of hair
We
on me.
have things for that.
I've a lovely head. No, well, in fairness, I've probably had this hairline since I'm like 11. My dad has this hairline, and my granddad has this hairline.
Oh, okay,
So
all
I'm
right.
not one.
If you had the hairline for 4 years, maybe.
I'm not.
Hairline for 4 years, maybe.
I'm not. I'm not for 4 years.
How
Yeah,
old are
since you
you?
were 18 at least. I
How
don't
old
think
is he?
you.
No, I've had
He's
this
22.
hairline for about. I've
Oh
definitely had.
wow.
Hairline for 4 years, maybe.
I'm not.
I
How
don't
old
think
is he?
you.
No,
He's
I've had this.
22.
Young.
I did lose some of my hair as well when I was anorexic. So yeah,
Okay, I don't. I
Oh,
hope that's
now
not
I
what it is.
can't. That now I just feel bad. Sorry, young.
I did lose some of my hair as well.
Sorry, Kafo.
No, you're alright. My hair on the proper level. I've been using minoxidil to kind of grow back the strength because I did lose majority of my hair when I was anorexic. But
Got
anyway,
it.
yeah, we won't get
All
into
right.
that.
So, Cafo, you are pro gay people, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Pro
If
trans
Maggie knows
people.
me, I'm best mates with Jack Swift.
Are pro trans people.
Jackson, our little icon.
I love Jack Swift. Pro
Yeah, I love
trans
Jackson.
people.
Yep.
Definitely. You can't go wrong with them, my guys.
And doesn't sound like you'd identify as having any racist views.
Wait, hold on.
Race.
I want to go. Wait. I want to go back to the trans people thing because earlier when you were like making a statement,
Yeah.
Alex kind of said something about your terminology on trans people,
Yeah.
and you kind of pushed back with her on it. So, was that just because you wanted to finish what you were saying, or do you really think that trans people, it's a want?
Oh no, I think again, and I'm gonna use the same thing that someone that Irish also said. I just genuinely think the way I kind of worded it was definitely wrong.
I
Like,
think Irish people are not. We're not
we're
very
just
careful
very
with our words,
yeah,
and we're not very. I mean, the only thing I can think about is we're just not very sensitive, to be honest with you.
yeah.
No,
We're just very.
And
I
I'm
just wanted
very
to
yeah,
make
blunt,
sure
and I'm
because
sorry.
like he said he's pro trans people, so I just wanted to make sure that maybe it was just like that kind of situation, or if it
no,
was
in Ireland that would be very, and I'd probably the same in America, but in Ireland it would be very considered nitpicky to, from a cultural standpoint, it would be nitpicky to play sort of semantics and or to attack something when you know what the thrust of their argument was, if that makes
Yeah,
sense. And I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying from a cultural standpoint, we often fill in gaps. We often like guess what the person means. We give a lot of leeway because people just aren't very precise, I think, with the language a
exactly.
lot.
Would you just sometimes it's literally like finishing it. It's literally like half arsing a story, and we just basically fucking fill in the gaps in a sense. So what I mean?
yeah.
And if you
Okay.
don't
Also, can I ask
understand
you
what half,
another question?
yeah,
Oh, sorry, Kafo. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're early.
All right.
You can call me Zach if you want.
Oh, Zach.
Capo's just like a nickname.
Okay. Are you married?
Am I married?
No, he lied about that. Don't lie again, Kafo.
I
Okay.
never said I was married. Did I?
Yeah, you accidentally did when you said that you don't. What was it? You said you don't look at porn because you're married. Out of respect for
Oh
your
yeah, no.
wife.
You see, I view my
I
girlfriend
know I
as
didn't
my
nitpick it.
future wife, but yeah,
Yeah, I didn't nitpick it. There's a weird fucking thing in Ireland that is definitely predominant and very popular in Dublin more than anywhere else, where
well,
we do things arse backwards. We
definitely.
basically get the woman pregnant first, then we get the house,
Yeah,
then we
and
get
then
married.
we get married. Yeah,
Marriage is it's so fucking weird.
most people just don't want to get married. You just
Yeah,
couldn't be arsed to get
the
married.
marriage is like the last thing that happens in our sort of thing, and I don't know why
Maybe
that
within the
is.
last 20 years, definitely. Like my man was never bleeding married. Well, engaged, but my dad was pissed drunk when he fucking like proposed to her. But yeah,
Yeah, it's very. I don't know why we do it like that. Maggie, is that more a Dublin thing or is that a lot of Ireland as well, though?
Oh, I don't know. My mate was never married to me, dad.
Meg, you're from Dublin, aren't you?
Yeah,
Whereabouts?
Crumlin.
That's not bad.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
No, I moved out of town about 2 years ago. Like, I'm glad. It's
Yeah,
I
town
just
town's a dodgy old place
tell
nowadays.
me a blame about it.
Cafo, I'll be very honest with you. Ken up there is extraordinarily stabby.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, I am.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop you on down, but I give you a follow. This is my main account, and I'll say this: uh, you came in a little heated and a little judgmental,
Yeah.
but I think people can do that sometimes. So I actually have no ill will, and you're more than welcome to come back in. The debates we have, if you don't want to watch whatever podcast but learn some stuff, we talk about grape culture most of the time.
Okay.
So if you want to come back and listen to the debates on that, you're more than welcome. And we also
Yeah,
do
Hundra.
call out
I'm
watches,
a former. I'm a.
and we also
Yeah,
do
Hundra.
call out
I'm
watches.
a former. I'm a. I was going to say former. I'm a essay victim. So yeah, we
Got it.
can. We can definitely. Yeah. 100%.
You're more than welcome to come back, and if you ever want to talk as well, I'm more than happy to. And I'll drop you on down before the rest of the chat goes after you. But I think
Love is wave.
no ill will here. All right.
I
You should
hope you enjoyed that.
follow. You should, Zach. You should follow me too because I'd actually like to see some of your takes.
Sure, definitely. Look, pop up and we can have a
Careful, you're
laugh.
not allowed to engage with Ken unless I'm there because it was just like you need a buffer.
All right, maybe when I'm sober, grand. I'm gonna go down
Ken,
and drink
he's
another
not
bottle
going to
of
be good
whiskey.
with his
Yeah.
language. He's just not like I. It's just this is why I have a very hard time beating up on Irish people. Like it's just I feel like we're a lot more. I don't want to say it like that, but just daft. We're just a lot
I
more.
know.
I followed you, Zach, which you should feel really, really like privileged because I don't even follow some of my own mods because I'm terrible at it. So I followed you back. So now you have to come into my live.
Now I have to. Oh Jesus Christ! Right.
Just keep telling her I don't know everything, but I want to learn. Whenever you start getting in trouble, I don't know
no,
everything,
like
but I want to learn.
it's definitely good. Like you did. I'm surprised, but you did ask me a lot about Irish history. Predominantly things I don't know versus things I do know. But yeah.
Okay, but what you knew about Irish history was scant, and it was embarrassing. You got to open
Yeah, it
your
was
book or
embarrassing.
something.
I know more. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I know more about European history. Renaissance would be my topic, and mafia history.
What was the period? What was the actual years that the Renaissance happened?
1350 to 1700. Last recorded and first recorded.
1350 to 17? Was it as long as
About
1700?
1700. Yeah, there was still stints of it within Eastern Europe as well.
Okay, all right.
You had the Gothic and the Neolithic styles of church as well, and then also you had many frescoes that were made in the late 1600s to early 1700s.
It's embarrassing hearing you
Neolithic styles.
other countries'
Oh,
architecture.
it's just I don't. I'm more artistic, so like of course I'm gonna place my primarily my focus on the most artistic time. Well,
So
in
are
modern
you?
history.
So like, if I asked you about a Norman castle and a Georgian house, you'd know what that meant.
No, I'm talking. Like, what do you mean? Like a Georgian house? Of course, I understand what a Georgian house is.
And a Norman castle.
Norman Castle. I do know what a Norman Castle is as well. Yes.
Or I'm just saying because like you can have those architectural differences in Ireland as well as all I was saying.
Yeah.
But all right, I'll drop you on down. You do need to learn more about Ireland, generally speaking.
I learn more than I'll come back and debate you. Yeah.
Yeah, like do you know what dolums are?
What?
Oh Jesus Christ! All right,
Did you?
I'm
Well,
gonna
no,
drop
I
you.
didn't. I didn't hear what you said.
What do you refer to if you were to go? If you were passing a farm and you looked into the farm
Yeah.
and you saw three giant rocks, two vertically standing up, and then a capstone one on top. Would you know what that is?
I know. See, I know what they are. Right. I'm not. I'm gonna be blunt with you. I know what they are. I've seen them. I just and
What are they?
I kind of know what they are. Actually, no, never mind. I don't fucking know what they are. But like, I've seen them. I've seen them. I've seen them. I'm just not interested in looking at them. I'd rather just go. I'm going to Rome with troops. I just want to go over. Gonna go see the Colosseum. I'd rather just go. I'm going to Rome with troops. I just want to go over. Gonna go see the Colosseum, like the Spanish Steps, stuff like that, like the Trevi Fountain. But yeah,
Have you even been to Newgrange?
once when me school, maybe when I was about 11. I know that Newgrange
Have you been
only
to the
gets
Aran Islands to look at the fort, Dungarvan Fort?
no.
Have you gone to Queen Mavid's set?
Isn't Dunluce Castle not set like over a mountain and there's like it's like overlooking the sea?
Which is it? Is it on a mountain or is it in the sea?
No, it's like overlooking him. It's like on like a hill, like a cliff point. That's what I'm trying to say. Like
Okay, fine. You have been to
edging a
Dunluce.
cliff. Yeah.
Have you been to Cahir Castle and Cahir Castle?
No, I've been to. I went to Mount Nugent. What's it? The Witches' Lair in Cavan.
You can't say you've been to the Spanish Steps and you like architecture and all that, and you haven't even been to like half of the big fucking. Have you been to Kilkenny Castle for fuck's sake?
Yeah, I've been to Kilkenny Castle.
All right, well, that's what I'm saying. You have to go see at least the
I live in
castles
yeah, but
here
mate, I'm
before you
telling
go.
you, I live in Dublin for fuck's sake. Like I don't travel that much outside of Dublin. I don't have friends down the country where they're just like, oh, let's go look at a castle. Like a lot of my friends are foreign internationals as well. They don't really have much interest in. Okay,
Exactly. Have them rent a car and
one of my
you
mates has
direct
a
them
car.
around.
No, one of my mates. I have my license. I just choose not to drive.
All right. Well, these are important things you need to do. All right. I'm going to drop you on down. Don't go into Ken's live alone without protection. Otherwise,
Thomas, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. I'm super, super nice. I make it a very safe space for men. It's very safe in there.
Do you know what? After dealing with you for the past 2.5 hours, I think I'll just be a bit more cautious. You know what I mean?
Ken's a lot. Like, put it this way, I'm a lot nicer than Ken. Like, no question.
You're a lot nicer.
There's no question I'm nicer than Ken.
That is not
After
true.
you fucking
That is not true.
roasted
I
me
am
and
I
cooked
am
me.
super cool, calm, and collected. I keep it very cutesy. I keep
I
it very
agree. You are.
pure. I don't know what he's talking about.
None of those things have to
That's
do with
very
you being
nice.
nice to men. Like, literally none of those things.
Are you nice?
I believe when you literally enter her live, the welcome part that pops up, I believe literally says, not a safe space for men.
Oh my god, I actually have been in your life. I think we've debated before.
Oh, I see. There we go.
I don't
What
know.
what
We should debate
what
again because I'm not sure
what,
about that.
what topics have you done?
I do topics asking about like men's feelings and like I talk about like how like women perpetuate grape culture and things like that.
Yeah,
Ken.
I've definitely, yeah.
All right. Well, listen, we'll drop it down to the comments. Appreciate you joining, Cafo. Appreciate
Ken,
this
start
being
the
able to
live
go in a
in
good
the
direction.
See you later. God
All right.
bless.
Cheers on.
Men's feelings.
I mean, I think it's really important that we like take into account.
Ken.
I'm gonna go puke now. I'm sorry. Bye.
Yeah, like, I don't even feel safe in your space. How's he going to fucking survive? Mac, are you still in here or not? Yeah, I do think I have a, I don't want to say it, but I do think I have a bias towards Irish people. I don't like going as hard on
Of course
them.
you
I
do.
don't know why.
It's only normal.
The Irish on Irish crime was preposterous.
Yeah, but I'm always, I feel like I'm making more excuses for them because I don't know why. I just feel like Irish fellas, I don't see the malice as much as I see in American men. Like, American men get off on degrading women or something. I don't know, it
Yeah.
just feels
No,
different.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
Is it true? Like, I'm not being too nice to them then.
No, no. There's just a huge difference between like Irish men and American men. I said it before. Like American men will show you like exactly who they are. Like I am an incel and I'm fucking proud of it. Whereas like Irish men, like yeah, they can be pricks and kind of step out of line, but most of the time, like if you just kind of sit down and talk to them like you've just done with Cafo, like they'll come around and they'll be like, yeah, do you know what, fucked up, and
Yeah, they're a
I'll
little
learn.
bit more reasonable. Yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I think Irish men seem like good men, typically, from what I've seen, my experience.
I wouldn't go that far. They're just not as bad.
That's what I mean, better than
I
Americans.
wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're good though. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Like,
better. I meant better than American men.
there just seems to be like an American. I don't know what it is. There's like an evil, malicious, or there's a lack of care. And whereas I think the difference in Ireland is because we're such a small country, there's only 4.5 million. Like, that's half the size of New York. Like, it's tiny, right? And everyone knows everyone. You're not allowed to be a bad person in Ireland. If you're a bad person in Ireland, it will ruin your life and your family's life. And you are
Yeah.
attached to your family. You're responsible for your family. So, the way we talk about the idea men go around saying a false allegation will ruin your reputation. I don't validate that, right? But reputation matters a lot in Ireland. And if your actions will reflect on your family in Ireland, and that's a very big curb to bad behavior. And I just kind of feel like because of how interconnected everyone is in Ireland, it just keeps us a wee bit kinder or something. Don't
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
it
I
is.
get that.
Oh, I'm so
Like
sorry.
it's like with the it's like with the McGregors now. Like the fact that Connor is fucked up so much and he's just ugh, like he makes me sick. Like even his sisters now that um, I think a lot of them work with Be Perfect, the cosmetics,
Mm.
and even now like their careers are fucked. Like because of him.
Yeah, we do judge families. It's not fair, but entire families are judged by the acts of like individuals within the family, which is, I do think, creates a powerful motivator to not do bad stuff.
I'd also just like to just make a quick little point that I think it's really funny, Irish, when you talk to other Irish people and your accent gets extremely thick. Like,
Yeah,
He's
I
only showing off. Don't be minding him.
I literally, I actually like, I thoroughly enjoy it. Like, it's like, I don't know, like, if it's like, if you do it purposefully or if it just comes out because you're like, because like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think I can do it consciously. I do know, look, I said this before. I started to have real trouble with jobs in America, in the sense that I just picked up on the fact that they viewed Irish people as being highly sociable and great with like customer service sort of stuff, but we're not viewed as intellectuals. And I didn't like that at all. And the other part of it is that when I'd be doing meetings and I'd be giving presentations, and they'd be laughing at me accent, because and in their head they're thinking, "What do you mean? We're complimenting you. We love your accent." And I know you all do it in the comments. I'm not mad about it. I'm not sad about it. Don't worry about it. I'm not sensitive about it. But there's very much a dance for me monkey sort of vibe when someone says, say 33, or say mother, or say father. And when you're in a professional setting and you see people, and it's often women, giggling when you're saying certain words, it doesn't feel very professional. And so I know that I learned how to do an American accent. And now I just sort of seamlessly go back and forth depending on the context, who I'm talking to, what I'm talking about. So I don't think it's conscious, because if you were to ask me to do an American accent, I couldn't consciously do it. And if you asked me to sound more Irish, I don't think I could consciously do it.
That makes
But if
sense.
you start talking about Ireland, or if I'm talking like family or something like that, it will come straight out again.
I remember the first time I heard you talk, and you said, um, I think like 30 maybe or something like that. I don't know. And I was like, is that an accent? I remember asking in the comments, I'm like, is that an accent? Or like, and someone's like, no, 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 that's an accent. That's how they like say those words in Ireland. And I was like, oh, okay, okay, that makes sense. What really irks me though is when people mock you like on lives for like the way that you say things. That shit, I don't know why, but it just irks me.
I don't really care about it per se. I do think, the way white folk will complain about being called a cracker and call that racist? I hope I'm not giving these vibes when I do this. It does feel a little odd to me how most Americans will get up in arms for cultural appropriation or mocking an accent, for almost any accent or any culture. But for some reason, I'm not quite sure what, even Italian accents. If I was to start doing an Italian accent, it would be considered racist or something by by someone. But for some reason, the Irish culture is like adults' playpen to engage in shitty cultural appropriation. And it's weird to me. Like on St. Paddy's Day, you're all going to celebrate my country by getting pissed drunk. Like it's weird. It's very odd to me how somehow everyone had a international conference and we all said we're going to be nice to all cultures moving forward, but the fucking Irish, they haven't had it bad enough. Let's keep mocking them until they cry. I don't quite understand why that exception exists, to be honest with you. I think it's because we don't whine about it. We're not big whiners.
Yeah, I do think it is interesting how we as Americans, I think that really fast, before I go on to that, I have a quick question. How long have
Yeah,
you
sure.
lived in America?
I don't like to give out
Okay,
specifics
no
because
worries.
people,
I didn't,
but I could say long enough. I can say more than a decade.
no, it's
But go
fine.
on.
I guess like what I think Americans do this a lot. I mean, Americans I think just are rooted within like colonizing. So the way that we like appropriate like other people's cultures and celebrate like other people's like stuff, and we don't really know the significance behind any of it. It really has always been like a head scratcher for me. Like, why do we do that? Like, why are we celebrating all of these like holidays from other cultures? I don't
The
know.
diversity. The diversity. Like that is the reason why I love America. That is
Well,
why I don't want to go back to Ireland.
well,
Like
no,
the
I think
number
it,
of cultures here is amazing.
but it comes, but people do it like in a way that's like for example, like St. Patty's Day, everybody goes and gets like shit faced drunk, and but they don't know any of the significance behind any of it, and so I think that's why like it always like sorry, I think that's why it's always like a head scratcher for me because we like don't care about the like history of it, like why we're celebrating it, what does it mean? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it. I think what I'm saying is I understand the motivation for it. What I don't, I think it gets more and more detached. Like if it's about reconnecting with your cultural roots, you're right. Why wouldn't you learn about the cultural part of it? And people just don't. And I mean, when people say Cinco de Mayo as if that's similar to St. Paddy's Day, I think there's more, not just cultural appropriation, but mocking, in my opinion, with regard to St. Paddy's Day.
I don't know.
What's weird as well. See the way you were saying that, um, like the term cracker was used as an insult. Like I only realized that that was an insult like a couple of years ago. In my generation growing up, that was actually like a compliment. Like I was called like by fellas and everything kind of in my teenagers like, oh, you're a cracker. Like that means you're a good.
Oh, yeah. So so you want to explain though what that means in Ireland? It's a totally different word in Ireland. You know,
Wow.
it's a different word in America, right?
I didn't know only a couple of years ago I was like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
that's
So
actually
in Ireland, we use the word cracker to say, "Jay, she's right fucking cracker, isn't she?" Like it's
yeah, that's
a
what
compliment. It's a way of saying a woman's a good-looking woman. Yeah, and that's what annoys me is like when people don't understand like there are cultural differences in the words, and which goes back to again the use of the word cunt in Ireland being totally different than what it is in America, and how it's used
yeah.
in Ireland is so different. Just like like when they want to take away the word cunt, my response is, but you guys go around with a fucking fanny bag and you all don't think that's inappropriate. So fuck you. If you're going to take the word cunt, you're no longer allowed to say fanny bag because like they've no idea what fanny means.
Yeah.
It's weird. Anyway, Ken, I think you wanted to talk a wee bit about this backdrop. I think you said something to that you were going to
Yeah.
say something or
I'm
something.
back.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Capo.
How are you?
Oh my god, why are you back?
Because
Okay.
Capo,
you start talking about crack on. I'm bleeding bored and I'm starting to get sober and it's ruining me buzz.
Capo, can you do me a favor and explain to people what you would mean when you call a woman a cracker? What does that mean to you?
Like she's sexy, like she's a cracker, she's worldly, like, you know what I mean? Like you walk up to a girl and you'd be like, "Love, you're genuinely a cracker. Like, can I get your Snapchat? Can I get your Instagram?" Like, I
Oh
wouldn't
my
know.
god, I'm getting such flashbacks back to me teenagers.
I know. I only left me teen. I wouldn't do it now, but like most teenagers be doing it.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Well, listen, Cavo, I appreciate your board,
Exactly.
but we're about to talk about these five, so I want to clear some space. I'm going to
Wait,
drop
what do
you
you mean
off.
about the? Oh shit! Yeah, I'm gone.
Sorry. Yeah. All right. No problem at all. All right. So, Can, do you want to give? I think you were wanting to give a spiel on these five, did you?
Yeah, I only want to do it if Scrimba's still in here because they wanted to know. They said they don't know
This
any of it, so I wanted to know if Scrimba's in here. So Scrimba, if you're still in here, can you just comment something?
If Scrimba's here, don't take this personally, Scrimba, because I think I've said it before. Artemis is up here because she's a pathological liar who likes to create drama and tokenize other people, especially people from marginalized communities, in order to do her bidding to attack other people. It's gross. No, you're grand, Maggie. And she's lied about being a biologist. Scrimba, if you're here, please don't get upset. I do think I've said this before, but is Scrimba friendly? I feel like I always get confused as to whether or not Scrimba is a friendly or not.
No, so Scrimba is a friendly. And I saw them and they're like always like in my live, and I've seen them in your lives. Obviously, they're in here earlier. I don't think they're still in here. I told them to stick around and I would tell them, but I guess they didn't care that much. But I saw them in Maddie's live today, and Maddie does not like Scrimba and like essentially just like I don't know. I don't know the deal behind that. But so I was asking him in the chat like the deal on it, like because I figured that like he knew about it because he spends so much time like in our lives, and he said that he has no idea. So I was going to explain it to him, but I'm not going to run through the bullet points because I think most of the people in here know the deal on it. So I don't think
And he's not here, right?
yeah, I don't think he's here because he hasn't said anything, and no one can find him in the viewer account. So
All right, then I might just end the live, although someone is joining. Timothy, how can we help you? Timothy?
Hello.
Hey, how can we help you?
Oh, I didn't understand I was wondering if this was a private live or something because I didn't understand the prompt.
Oh, it's all right. It's just a private live. Thanks very much for joining. Wait, does anyone else hear that reverb, or is that just me?
no, I heard it or hear it.
What the hell is that? Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I might go. I might go live after this. I'm trying to debate if I should do, if I should put this background up or if I should just do like a debate, because I guess that like they're like crying. I guess they've made new videos and they're like crying that we keep doing call out lives. And they're calling that harassment, which I think is weird because it's just trying to say that someone talking publicly or openly about the trauma or the harm that was caused to them by another group of people, and that group of people saying that it's harassment and trying to silence them is just an abuse tactic, and I think that it's harmful. I can see like them saying like people going into their lives and like harassing them and things like that, sure, like whatever, but saying that like people like us hosting call out lives or talking about them is harassing them is just really, really odd to me.
Yeah, if they said we were lying, I'd understand.
Yeah, right, if we were lying. And it's also weird because there's a bunch of accounts that have been made that are going into her live and are harassing her, and they have vile names. Like the accounts are gross. Like I'm not even gonna like hold anybody on that one. That would the names are disgusting. But they have like over like time and time again like have set like keep saying it's us doing it, and it really like isn't any of us that are doing it. Like in the like my like Bun or me or Kat or whatever. It's not any of us. And I think that them constantly saying that it is us and they have no proof to back it up is actually like really weird to me. And I think I'm pretty sure I know who it is. I'm pretty sure that most of those accounts at least are Gem. Like 100% I think they're Gem. And the fact that like she hasn't put two and two together to like consider that option is really strange to me. Like, what are we doing?
I mean, why would it be strange to she gets to blame you? Like, it seems totally consistent to me, frankly.
Yeah, that's true. I guess like for me it's like you're saying that publicly, but you don't have any proof. And anytime we have said like any of these accounts are harassing us, it's like we show the proof behind it. We just don't like go around making videos of the countless accounts that are coming in and like harassing us in our lives. You know what I mean? Like we're also getting harassed, but we don't have proof that it's them. So we just like call it like whatever, it is what it is. Like the accounts that came in here today, there was ones earlier, like in my live, and it's just like it just doesn't make sense to me. It hurts my brain to think about. Like honestly, it just hurts my brain.
I mean, it hurts your brains because you're expecting them not to be disingenuous. You're expecting them to engage in quote unquote fair combat in the sense of being honest, to being transparent, and being consistent. And they're not doing any of those things. So I could imagine being incredibly frustrated by that.
Yeah, like it really just
It's gaslighting. It's
yeah,
proper
it is.
gaslighting.
That's what it feels super gaslighty. And again, like I think that like us just talking openly about the things that are like have happened to us or having these lives and that we're saying like only factual things and them trying to silence that is strange behavior to me. Super strange behavior. And it also is really, this is just my opinion, but it's really, really bothers me that she fucking runs an ACAB topic when she doesn't when she's threatening to call the
Sorry, stop. What does ACAB mean?
ACAB, all cops are bastardized.
Oh, ACAB. Sorry, in my head, I don't know why I was hearing a K, not a C.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, ACAB. So the fact that she's running like that topic and she doesn't, and at the same time, like threatening to call like the FBI or like the police on BIPOC people is strange to me. Secondly, she also talks about it as a white woman, knowing that that system disproportionately affects BIPOC people, especially Black people. And she talks about that and how it does that, but doesn't ever have any representation on her panel. That is also like, I find that like super problematic and harmful.
Well, because they like talking about the issue and not actually living it, in the sense that they know it, they just don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I totally 100%.
On that topic, I'll say it again. Because I do think it's important to take accountability when you do fuck up. Mac is asleep, so she's not in here. I'll give her a private apology afterwards. I got very short and rude with Mac on the live before I ended it here. I think my reasoning was that when Mac's on my live and she needs to debate someone, I give her the leeway to do so. And if I saw she was excited to debate someone, I would not cut her off. And I think I got frustrated because on her live earlier, she had told me to shut up a couple of times before I was talking to that fella. And so when I started talking to her and then she is saying she's bored and she wants to end, to me, it felt disrespectful in the sense that I wouldn't cut her off if I knew she was excitedly engaging with someone. And so that's where my thought pattern was, right? But that's sort of the impetus for why it is I got short with her. It's not like an excuse for it. Because my option could have been to just end the live and walk away. My option could have been to message her and say, hey, don't do that. That's not nice because I don't do that to you. And there was a whole bunch of other ways I could have handled it. And getting short with her on the live like that I was taking out some shit I was dealing with myself on her, and that was not right. So I will apologize to her offline on it, but I don't want anyone thinking that I clean up the messes behind closed doors and won't say it publicly. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. Sorry for being disappointing in that way. Aside from that, anything else with these ones? I still want to do more lives on them. I think I'm just kind of burned out from a lot of other stuff I've been doing. But I do still want to do. There's someone who had a story about Artemis that I did want to give them a chance to talk about, which is where they said they were on a phone call where it was Artemis, her, and a fella, and the fella used the N word, and Artemis covered for him. And ultimately, Artemis later took accountability and apologized, but also claimed it didn't happen. Which is interesting, given the fact that Artemis says that she's never had issues like that. But I did want to hear that. I do definitely want to show the lie about Maddie, just to show the lie about Maddie as it pertains to Kat and the screenshots, just to really show how obviously she lies. And then I wanted to highlight some other stories that people have shared with me about Artemis. Oh, social approach. Maddie lied and said that Kat exposed personal information about Kat's husband when it was revealed, A, that information had been revealed publicly, so it wasn't private information, but B, that Kat had not revealed anything. And that instead, Maddie had intentionally taken screenshots. And I don't even want to say out of context, because it was very clearly strategic on her part that she mapped one screenshot to another separate screenshot in order to suggest that Kat was going around talking about Maddie's husband.
Yes.
So they're
So,
not fake screenshots,
really
but
fast,
they're manufactured narrative.
really fast, you have the names backwards. So it's
What was I saying?
Maddie's husband, and Maddie thinks that Kat revealed the information on Maddie's husband. You said Kat's husband.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, sorry, I apologize. And so, like, I like to be very clear with the wording of this. So, for example, like when I talk about Petty Pagan faking screenshots, Petty Pagan didn't create a fake screenshot. It's more so she misrepresented what the screenshot represented. So, Petty Pagan, for example, sent me a screenshot, redacted 2/3 of it, and then just told me, Irish, trust me, underneath this part that I've covered up is Artemis's legal information. And that was a lie. So I don't know what the right word for that is. It's not a fake screenshot. It's not a manufactured screenshot. I don't know how to properly describe that. It's a fucking lie. And I want to be able to communicate how much of a lie it is. And now we sort of have Kat doing the exact same thing. And Kat has been told, pardon me, we have Maddie doing the exact same thing. Maddie has been told explicitly, we know you're lying. And Maddie has been told explicitly, you're taking the screenshots out of context. And Maddie took down the video in order to change something else, but didn't change the underlying lie. And again, I don't know what to call that. It's not, again,
You wouldn't call that a
misleading
doctored
screenshot.
You wouldn't call that a doctored screenshot?
To me, doctored means edited. It means cropped. It means manufactured. It means something on the screenshot is fake, not the narrative. Because what she's doing is the narrative about the screenshot is fake.
Right.
Well, it's just
Interesting.
the screenshot itself literally tells the truth. It shows someone adding Kat asking the question, and then the response that she posted.
Oh, we're talking about Petty Pagan's ones.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Kat.
Oh, scrambled back.
Both. The problem is the same with both. Neither of them are doctored. Neither of them are faked in any way. What is instead done is the person tells a fake story about what they mean. And I don't know what the right word for that is, because I want to fully communicate. Like, to me, that's as bad as faking a screenshot. You're flat out lying. But I just don't know what the word is. And I don't like to be loose with my language when it comes to that kind of thing. And I definitely wouldn't use the word doctored screenshot. I'll have to figure out some way of describing it. Yeah, I mean, manipulative screenshot, or I don't know how to say it. Like, how's Amanda saying to... I mean, what, you call it a manipulated, misrepresented? The problem why I don't like misrepresented screenshot is oh, there's Scrimba. Ken, if you want to do the Scrimba thing. Misrepresented to me does not show the lie part. You can misrepresent things unintentionally. Whereas Maddie and Petty Pagan were very intentionally lying about what the screenshots reflected. And I feel like misrepresented doesn't fully show the malice in the lie, if that makes sense. Scrimba, do you want to join very quickly and Ken can explain to you the Maddie situation?
Yeah.
Let me invite them up.
Hey, hi.
Hey, Scrimba. So, all right. So essentially,
Cat might be coming.
well, if Kat comes, she can take over. She's much better at the bullet points and running through it in a couple minutes. So I'm gonna try to make it pretty quick. So essentially, it all started. Hey, Kat, you're just better at the bullet points with Maddie. You did it the other day, so I don't know if you wanted to.
Well, Scrimba wants to know what's going on with Maddie.
I know, but that essentially it essentially starts that. So essentially,
just so Cat knows what.
Oh, Kat, do you want to run down through the quick bullet points? You did it the other day. It was like gold.
Yeah, I think I can.
Thanks.
Big inhale. All right. Are we just kind of like going over just the quick bullet points right down?
Yeah, like just the Predator, Yahtzee, all that stuff.
First thing, my main problem continuously will be my main problem. Maddie had a schmexual predator in her space for 3 months. She did not remove them. She knew about this. She was told. She did nothing about it. She even said that she was afraid to remove them and blah, blah, blah. And then she decided that she actually didn't believe the victim and was going to side with the schmexual predator instead. She only removed them because it was exposed that they used to be a schnazi and had posted multiple photos of a salute on their Facebook page. Indeed, yeah, so that's probably the major one that I talk about, but we can also do, she likes to bring in black people specifically. The schnazi is Donk. The schmexual predator is Donk. I forgot they were on the background. There they are.
What? Oh!
Yeah. So that's Donk for you. And brings in younger people as well as people of color and black people into her space, and then kind of uses them as a token for arguments that she cannot win herself. And then when that person either makes her mad or becomes no longer useful, she boots them out of the space with no regard or anything. She posted private medical information about my father. I like to mention that one because what the fuck are we doing? Yeah, so she did that. Didn't apologize at all, deleted it, and then later lied and said that she apologized. She did not. Her mods have been harassing me, Ken, Monroe, Bun, etc., since November. They will lie about this and pretend that they haven't been, but they have been. Artemis specifically lied about being a biologist. She does not have a BS in biology, and anytime she would be close to being exposed for that, She would try to ruin people's lives or reputation online. She did this to Ken. She created a smear campaign in order to make it so that Ken would not be believed if she exposed the fact that she has a fake degree.
Over a degree?
Over a degree, yes. Over a degree. Maddie, we'll go back to Maddie. She lies continuously. Just in the videos that she's posted for her quote unquote proof and receipts, she contradicts herself multiple times and catches herself in lies multiple times. Maddie, Petty, Nerdy, and Donk, and honestly Artemis too, all of them, they will lie about people on the app and create like very outlandish accusations against people and then spread that as if
And
it's fact.
an excellent example of that was they said that Petty Pagan, Artemis, and Maddie claimed that Ken had schmoxed Artemis. And then Petty Pagan and Artemis sent me screenshots that were meant to prove that Ken had done that. But they said that they had to redact the screenshots so that they didn't show Artemis's personal contact information. And what they didn't know was I had the unredacted screenshots, and the unredacted screenshots had absolutely no personal information nothing even approaching personal information. So they were trying to go around saying there's screenshots proving that Ken schmucks them and then they literally just made screenshots to look like they could have information, and they absolutely did not at all. That's just an example. Sorry, go ahead, Kat.
No, you're fine.
Oh.
And I would say that's probably like the major issues with them. It's very much like cult behavior. They expect perfection of you. If you are not perfect, you are useless to them and they no longer need you. And they may even lie about you and make up false allegations about you, or they might threaten to dox you, or et cetera, et cetera.
They've
Most
also-
recently, sorry,
really
Karen, I'm just going to
fast.
finish it.
Go ahead.
Cute. I'm almost done. The most recent issue that I have with them is that they are posting their quote unquote receipt videos, but what they're doing very conveniently is they're posting a bunch of random alt accounts that are harassing them in their lives, basically bringing up like the things that they've done. There's been some attacks on Maddie's husband, and they are bringing these alt accounts to try to claim that like me, Ken, Monroe are harassing them, when in reality they have been receiving this harassment in the last couple of weeks because Irish did a live and like over 400 or 500 people saw it. So I'm not surprised that they're getting harassed by alt accounts. Do I agree with it? No, I've already said that I don't agree with it. I don't want anyone to harass them, but it has nothing to do with us, but they'll continue claiming that it does in order to fit their narrative and in order to deflect off of what they've done.
Yeah, I've initially like I transitioned.
Remember, sorry, I'm just gonna add too. Like they also have, like all 5 of them and some other people, had a entire Discord server, that they would post receipts and information about people in, that they would use to like keep tabs on them or like try to essentially use these things to take people down. So they would literally make, and they had an entire server with
Like a blackmail server, like
yeah, literally it was essentially that. So she also like in some of those videos, like when she posted that video about Kat's father, Kat messaged her and was like take this down, like what are you doing, like blah blah blah. And then she posted in one of her videos my legal name. It's a version of my legal name, but it's still like there. And she refuses to take it down. She won't take it down. She then uses, and I messaged her about it too. She then uses those messages that we send her about those things as like in her videos to say that we are harassing her, even though we are simply just asking her to take down information that is personal and we don't want out there for hundreds and thousands of people to see.
Yeah, like I gotta be honest. Posting my DM being like, "Hey girl, probably don't post medical information about my 77-year-old father for absolutely no reason," and then being like, "See, she's harassing me. I told her not to contact me." Like, that's so wild to me. It's still so wild to me. And she still has that video up. Like, she left that video up on her account. Like, that's such a wild thing to say. Like, oh my god, how dare you tell me not to post about your father's health issues? How dare you?
Not Ken. What was she saying about me? I'm curious to know.
So when you were in there and then she like kicked you out and blocked you, she said that you have been told multiple times to not be in her spaces, that you make alt accounts with, like, you made a fake account about, that you made a fake account about like pretending to be a woman, and then another one pretending to be a trans woman.
I didn't pretend to be a trans woman. Oh my god.
Yeah, and she says that you go in there and you come into her lives all the time and harass her, and you'll come in on like all like different accounts all the time, and that she's made it very clear that she doesn't want you in her spaces and that you're violating her consent.
I'm not. Oh my god, she's so. Sometimes this is. Oh my god, the more she talks, the more right wing I.
Like, basically, like the short end, the short story is everyone is harassing Maddie all the time. She constantly is being harassed and attacked, and she is an innocent angel who has never done anything. That's pretty much like the short story of it all.
I'm like, listen, man. I surf TikTok when I'm playing video games. If I come across your live, I'm so sorry. My scrolling came in the middle of your living, but I'll just scroll past. It's not a big deal. I mean, I like debating, but that's about it. I mean, I don't understand why she got to get all her like panties in a twist. Because like what? I came up and like questioned her on her stance once, and therefore now I'm like with some woman hating like red pill dude. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. And just in general, like, you saying that she called you a fake ally was just very funny to me because, like, I don't know you, so I don't know anything about you. But,
And and the thing was, the picture, she's like, you're using a trans woman's picture. I'm like, that's me with a girl filter on. Like, the fuck?
What? That's all it was.
I've had him on my live.
Wait, let me show you the picture she's talking about. So I have an alt account called as Fem Scrimba, which is literally my name with a fem in front of it. So I use that specifically to debate, like, red pill people. And I put a picture of this. This is literally me with a girl filter on.
I also want to point out. I also want to point out too that she I don't know if you heard it earlier, but she runs she claims to be ACAB and uplift like BIPOC voices, and Kat already kind of touched on how she treats like BIPOC people, but she also has throughout this process made multiple threats to report to report us to the FBI and call the police on us. And one, I'm BIPOC, buns black, like, and she does this while at the same time being ACAB. So,
also a fake ass communist. Sorry, just had to put that in there to be petty. I'm real tired. It's 3 a.m. She's a fake ass fucking communist. She runs lives where she acts like Schmeck's work is liberating. And if you're gonna be mad about me for saying that, I don't give a fuck. If you think anything else and you claim to be a communist, you are a fake ass fucking communist. Good morning.
Wow.
That's the lore. That's the tea. They are not very good people. I would just advise staying out of her space, just because whatever. But that's just. But yeah, that's what's going on. So that's. Yeah.
Oh man, that was yeah. I mean, I've always had my like like I was starting to get like a little bit annoyed by her like behavior because like she would always hold me to like this impossible standard. She's like, Scrimba, I know you can do better, but I've heard your rhetoric is very harmful for women. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, I saw you on a live saying that uh you know what if women wanted to use abortions as like birth control and be hoes? I'm like, yeah, okay, so yeah, I said it. I'm like, that's very harmful for women. I'm like, okay, I'm like, listen, if you think that's harmful, I shouldn't use that language. Fine, I will not use it. And then they would mute me for the live. It's like,
Yeah. I just they've and this all started when I was kicked out of Artemis's server for taking screenshots from her server and sending it to someone privately. And those screenshots got out and got back to Artemis. There's more to that, but that's pretty much the short and sweet. And I was kicked out of Maddie's space along with a lot of other spaces and blocked by a lot of people, and then had a smear campaign run on me for months. Still a couple months or so, but essentially they just said that, and then Maddie would message other women and femmes and tell them that I'm unsafe and that I drop slurs and that I am dangerous, and I take screenshots from multiple servers and sent them, and I have taken screenshots from one. So that's kind of what they did that started this. And eventually, once I started speaking out about it, back in November is when the call out live started. And then we kind of started digging. And then we found out a few weeks ago that Donk was a Yahtzee. And then we started digging. And that's how we've come up with a lot more information. But we've been, like me, Kat Monroe, Bun, have been talking about this since literally November.
oh man, ugh. You feel like kind of weird, like when you used to support people and then they turn out to be like horrible people, and you're like, what judgment do I have of people's character?
I know, I've never done that, so you all should really second guess yourselves. I agree. I have an excellent spidey sense. I've not supported anyone who ended up being a weirdo. I'm sorry.
Oh man, that's
I do want to say the irony of her saying that your words are harmful to women, while at the same time she was telling someone who is a victim of donks looking for nudes, basically telling them, I got your back, I'm a girly girl, you don't have to prove anything to me, we're going to get him out of this server, and then secretly protecting him the entire time. Like, you talked about the impossible standard. It's so impossible she can't even live up to her own standard.
dude, that's kind of
Jalen, sweetheart, happy birthday. 40 is a huge birthday. I'm really, really happy that you shared it with us so we can wish you a happy birthday. It is a special one, so definitely treat yourself as such.
I love that. That was so nice, Irish. So one of Artemis's mods posted a personal message that I sent to them that had personal information about like me and my family in it, and they posted that video. And one of Maddie's mods just recently, a few days ago, shared that video to a bunch of like not only the debate snark, but like other Reddit snark pages that don't even know who I am, obviously, like literally have no idea, but they made a total of like 14 posts within like a few hours of each other, talking about me and posting it. And the funny thing is that when you share a link from your TikTok and someone clicks on it, you can see who shared it. So we found out by clicking on the link to this person's video that it was one of her mods. His name is Zach, and he is he's a man, and he was on the Reddit like harassing, essentially just talking shit and like, I wouldn't necessarily say it's harassing, but like totally talking shit and posting personal information about me. And she's claiming, I don't know why these people are trying to. She was like literally like, I don't know why these people are trying to hold me accountable for other people's, for like the things that men do. And
God,
it's like, what are you talking about? They're doing it because of you, Maddie, because of the lies that you're telling them. So they're doing this for you. And that's why Zach did that, was because of what you told them.
I don't mean to overstate or overinflate her ego, but it's very Trump-like. I didn't ask them to do January 6th. All I did was tell them lies about what happened with the election and point them in the direction of the people that hurt. But I didn't do the hurting. Like, it's very Trump logic.
Yeah, 100%. So that happened a few days ago. And they just continue to make videos, which is fine. Like, make all the videos you want. It's just weird because they're posting receipts, but they're literally just posting screenshots of the harassment that's happening in their lives. And like me and Kat and like Monroe and are pretty sure we know the person that's behind a good majority of the accounts, because the names are similar, the writing is similar, the way that they talk in the lives and stuff, and they're gross accounts. And it's kind of weird that like she hasn't put it together at who it is, because this person was kicked out of her space for making fake accounts and harassing people on them.
What a
Shit show.
Yep. Well, thank you for all the info. Because I knew something went wrong, and I tried, like, I mean, whatever, she might disagree with, like, the way how I try to, like, specifically conduct myself in, like, certain spaces, but I mean, I'm to the left of majority of the causes, and she and her probably share a lot of similarities and a lot of policies and stuff like that, as compared to like anybody else. But like, I mean, like, what is this? Like, you're behaving like this to your own like fellow like leftists. Like, that's kind of like, I don't know. It is upsetting. It's very upsetting when you see behavior like this.
Oh, it definitely is.
And you also kind of feel weird that, like, oh, you supported this person at one point, and then you see them and stuff like this comes out, and you're like, ugh, what happened? Oh well, yeah, you live and you learn, I guess.
That's the
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, sorry, Kat, go ahead.
I'm gonna say yeah, pretty much.
Nuka for that.
I'm probably gonna go live after this. I still can't decide if I should do this topic or if I should do debate topics. Monroe, Kat, what do you think?
I'm tired as shit. So I might be able to sit up on a debate, but I can't keep doing the fucking bullet points.
Oh, you're fine.
I think my mind will shrivel.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. If I did the call, like the call out background, it would more just be like yapping and whatnot about it. But
Oh, let's go panel with this dude that just shared his live to me. Let's go test his arguments and stuff.
okay, send it to me.
You can share it here. I'll wait. If you want to give the username.
Oh, it's not an op or anything.
Oh, okay. I will say I understand people being worried about Mac going on something like this. I think we're all terrified that, they'll bait her, they'll lead her down a bad direction and all that. I honestly think she'd do quite well. I really do. I think she is very measured when she's in other people's spaces. And I think the contempt that she would have for them, I don't see them bring on women who've got contempt for them and who know how to humble them. And I think Mac does have a special skill in making those guys look triggered and getting pissed off. So I understand why everyone's worried, but I would just not want her to do it because of the platform. I don't think we should ethically do it, but I think she would honestly do amazing. I really do.
That was what I was going to say. I don't think that she would have any issues doing it. For me, it would be like the reason, I mean, I personally don't like debating like it was like a kind of Philbro mixed with like regular debating like how we do on here. Which is fine, but I think that it would be more so from a stance of like ethically you're giving them more and more of a platform to like continuously like perpetuate harm and harmful stereotypes. They're also profiting a lot off of bringing. They don't pay for the flight to go out there. They don't pay for like any of the things, and then they get hundreds of thousands of dollars when doing these. And I just think that like ethically, like it's just wrong to continue giving them that platform because if no one went on it, they wouldn't have that platform. That's how I see it.
Yeah, and I don't judge people who do it because I understand why people would have their reasons. But like that's why I wouldn't want her to do it. I don't think it would be to protect her. I honestly think I don't think these guys do well to being triggered because they're always the one who are trying to trigger. And I think like Mac is just really good at making them feel very small. So I don't know. I think it would be fun. Yeah, I mean, Kat, you can judge. I mean, I don't say what I do means how everyone else should do it. Like, I don't.
No, it's not so much that like I judge the people specifically. I'm always of the opinion that I don't think you should go into any sort of debate space that is controlled by like the men in question, just because it automatically sets you up at a disadvantage. And if they were completely ignored and just like lost their traction and their content, they would not exist.
Yeah. I did also learn, though, Kenzie did message me, and I didn't know that the last hour of the live, she did trigger Andrew to the point that when Kenzie went to give her closing statement, Andrew walked away. Yeah, I'm kind of pissed we missed that now.
Oh, why did we miss that?
I know, right? It gets fucking interesting at the end where he's
Wow.
gonna get triggered.
That sucks. Oh well.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed off. But for people who don't know, Kenzie is in her server right now doing a server call. So if anyone wants to go in there, I strongly recommend if you hear anyone giving her criticism or feedback to like message them directly and just tell them to like, it's not the time. When you do a debate like this, you're exhausted and you are second guessing yourself. And I guarantee that's what she's doing right now. Just don't if you go into her server, try to steer people away from doing that if you go there. I'm going to end the live now. Everyone go follow Ken. I think she's going to go live.
Bye.